Hello YouTube, this is OJ Cubing and welcome to my Shengshou 3x3x3 disassembly and reassembly tutorial. This tutorial will be split into two different types. Type 1 is a bit faster but a bit less certain, and you must be able to solve the 3x3x3 in order to successfully reassemble it. And type 2 is a bit slower and more methodical, but it's more definite and you know that the cube is definitely solvable. In this tutorial I'll be doing type 1, but I'll leave a link in the description to type 2. So first of all we're going to disassemble our cube. Now reasons this might be because A, the pieces have popped out and you just need to reassemble it, or maybe you want to lubricate your cube and tension it, in which case you're going to want to take it apart like this. So first of all we're going to take our cube and we're going to have the top layer and turn it 45 degrees so that these half turn misaligned, and you can see here that we need to pop this edge piece out. So we're going to stick our thumb underneath the edge piece and just pull it out like that. As you can see, that's what the edge pieces look like. Next, it's really easy. You can just take out the corner pieces, and then when you got something like that you can just turn the layers and the pieces will all just pop out. Try not to lose any of them because otherwise the cube will obviously not be able to be solved. Okay, so now we are left with just the centres and the mechanism that is used for the 3x3x3. So if you want to lubricate your cube so that it sounds less springy, I would recommend using the harder and slower lube and put them in there so that it can get the springs properly. And if you want to tension the cube, then just try and pop the caps off and then get a flathead screwdriver and just put it in there, and you can tighten it and loosen it. But I recommend making sure that you count the number of half turns or turns that you do so that all of your centres will have the same tension, otherwise the cube will be really difficult to manage. So the reason that this type 1 tutorial is a lot faster than type 2 is because barely any organising is needed at all. I've put the edge pieces over here and the corner pieces over here, but you don't even need to do that. I'm just doing it to show how easy this can be. So we're just going to take one centrepiece, let's pick the red, and we're going to hold it like this, and we're going to get one edge piece, any edge piece will do, and just slot it in there so that we got that. Slot one in on the other side as well, and that makes a little straight line. Then add in the other two so that we get a cross. So you might need to put it a bit lower down and click into a lower down place, and then you can just slide up into there. So there, we have a cross. Now we're going to put it down like this and make sure you got a hard surface because it'll be a lot easier. We're just going to take 4 random corners and just slot them in any orientation so that all of the 4 corners at the bottom are filled up. There we go. Now we're going to take edge pieces again and we're just going to slide them into there. You'll probably want to get them at a bit of a pointing down angle because then they click in a lot easier. But all you need to do is take 4 random edges, and then for this last stage we're going to get one edge piece and pop it in there. That might take a bit of force, but hopefully not too much. And we're going to put 2 corner pieces surrounding it. Turn it around. So yeah, we've got to make sure this is at 45 degrees again to make sure that's easier. Put another edge piece in there and put another edge piece in the other side. And then we're going to get the 2 corners again and just slot them in there and there. And for the last stage we're just going to put in this edge piece like so, and there. And it is completely scrambled and it isn't yet in a solvable state, so we need to now go through and solve it. So I'm going to be using some algorithms from a thing called CFOP, which is cross F2L, which are first 2 layers, OLL and PLL, which is orienting last layers and permutating last layers. You're going to get about as far as OLL and then you'll need to stop. So basically I'm just solving the first 2 layers in this. So let's see, we've got that over there. I'm not particularly fast at this, but I am trying to improve, so please bear with me for just a little bit so that I can get this done. You should be able to do the first 2 layers completely fine, however you want, where you want to do it. If you're just using the beginner's method, do it layer by layer. So there. Now, as you can see, we should have either an L shape, a straight line, or cross. So what we're going to have to do is going to have to pop an edge out, turn it around so that the yellow is facing on top, and then we have that sort of shape. And now we can just do the normal algorithm together like that, and we've got a cross. And again, we should have, well, this isn't one of the scenarios we can have, but we've got it. So on my Shengshou, it's loose enough so that I can just turn the corners like that. But if not, then what you'll need to do is pop out an edge, turn it around, and then put the edge back in. So there is our OLL. And now we've got these two here, we can just go through this as normal. And as you can see, in this case it is solvable. We can just do the 3 edge rotation and that will be it. But sometimes you'll find it clearly isn't solvable. There is no algorithm for this because this cube is completely unsolvable. What you're going to need to do is you're going to think about 2 which you could swap, which would make this cube solvable. For example, if I put this red piece over here and that green piece over here in its place, then it'll be a 3 edge cycle. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop out this piece, turn it around, leave that on the side, pop this piece out, put the red piece in, turn it around, and put the green piece in there. And now, as we can see, this cube is solvable. So as you can tell, this step means that you have to take it apart whilst you're solving it, but it means that you don't have to go through the faff about putting all the pieces in the right order and laying it all out and stuff. And I think it's a pretty fast method for doing it. So remember to check out my Type 2 tutorial, decide which one suits you best, and please tell me in the comments because I'd love to know your opinions. Leave this tutorial a like if you thought it was a good one, and have a great day.